We're live. Hi guys, and welcome to our Instagram live house tour. We said we'd do it, and we're doing it right now. This is our Talabudra home. I said that like we've got more than one. We've only got one home, but it's been a massive labour of love, this home for us, and most of you have seen the photos. I guess this is your opportunity to ask questions about the materials, suppliers, colours, because we do receive a lot of questions on that. So this is the time for us to answer them live. This is our exterior. This sort of structure here frames a courtyard. And then it's a really strange house. So I'm just going to walk you through it and ask questions. But let's go on in. We get a lot of questions about our front door. Michael whipped this bad boy up. It's spotted gum timber. You just sort of did it on site, didn't you? But Michael's behind the lens, by the way.
Yep.
And it's heavy, but I like that. I wanted a really sort of statement door. And it's not as heavy as you think. It's lockable, and it's just a really big, cool statement. What are you pointing over here for?
I'm pointing over here because we wanted to point out this courtyard, which was a massive design feature for us, and it's something we wanted to include. And my cousin, who was actually doing her architecture degree, came up with the concept as a whole, and we loved it. So when we put this plan to Dave Franklin, he obviously worked his magic, and it's great that the whole house, of this side of the house, looks into it, and it's a massive improvement. That was all concrete slab, and during the renovation we had to pull all that up, which was a massive undertaking. Took 3 days with a 15-ton excavator, and about 15 grand. But we got rid of it, and we think it's a massive improvement.
It was only 3 times what we'd budgeted for. It's no biggie. This brick tower we love. It totally has our heart. I think it was sort of a last minute decision, was it, to do it in brick. It's PGH black and tan, which is an old brick. It's been around for ages, but it's completely transformed with the white mortar from White Cement Company. Inside that is our rumpus room and will be our office, which we'll take you in and have a look. There's nothing there at the moment. It's walls and floor. We ran out of money, so there's no stairs and no balustrade.
Welcome to renovating.
Renovating, how it goes. So anyway, let's go in. So
Is Paul's to hey, continue?
Oh, okay. This is the original part of the house, which we don't really want to show you yet. It'll be down the track. Kitchen, living, dining, basically.
Someone's asked how much value has your property increased since you did the renovations. We actually don't know the exact answer to that because we're still going. So
it's hard to say that at this point because it's a really complicated house. This part's been a total money pit, but look, we've been able to do a lot of it ourselves, which has helped. We actually don't know yet what the value of this place is. When we actually finish renovating, we'll get to all that. But you walk in front door onto a banquette seat. Ideally, I wanted this to have drawers so you could dump in your shoes and your handbags and be sort of an unofficial drop zone mudroom. Ran out of money for drawers, so it lifts up. But I can tell you from experience, you don't really store anything in something you have to lift up. So if you've got banquette seating, do the drawers because it's so much easier to access.
how many years ago did you purchase your home?
We purchased this place about 8 years ago. Michael built enough of it on this side of the house. Just do a quick scan, Mark, of the crap everywhere.
Yep.
Which actually is upstairs, downstairs, and we were living upstairs, down, so our bedrooms were downstairs. He built it on like 50 grand. Really basic. We didn't have like bench tops for ages. It's actually still not finished. We sort of chipped away at that and just lived here for ages and then finished this part last year. It was always going to be a long-term plan just because of the scale of this place, and we were prepared for that.
And so that rolls into how long have you been renovating this place?
I think we did do bits and pieces over time over here. You could say we've been renovating for 8 years. This part though did we do that in a year?
12 months, yep.
We did this part in a year, and it's this part apart from the rumpus and office is pretty much finished. So that's really nice.
Yeah, and Darty says stunning. Thanks, Darty. And what is your type of style for your house?
Well, I guess that's the beauty of being able to renovate your own house. Is you can pull from, I feel like I need to do this because I couldn't pinpoint exactly what my style is. So I pull from whatever style and just make it work. There's classical elements in the VJs and the ornate skirtings. There's a mid-century vibe happening just in how the pool, the landscaping around the pool. I guess I've pulled from a little bit of everything. It's eclectic, let's say that. Okay, keep going. Again, it's another sort of drop zone. In this cupboard, I keep stuff that people leave behind at my house, which just doesn't say much about the company I keep because it's full of stuff that people have left at my house. Keys, and there's a tray in there for sunnies and that sort of thing. And I think a drop zone is really important in any house. Otherwise, you lose your keys, you lose your sunnies. This is really key. This cabinet I love is from HK Living. This awesome brass lamp is also from HK Living. These are other things I've had forever. Like art, I just sort of collect it as I go. That's a piece sourced from like remote North Queensland. Michael's winding me up. So we have VJ boards throughout our whole house, and it took Michael a long time. So they're EasyCraft VJs, what they're called. EasyCraft, yeah,
Yep.
VJ. And they are painted in Resine black white, which is just a really crisp, sort of clean, black-based white, so it doesn't throw any colour. It doesn't matter what time of day. It's always just white. This and our hallway is the only white in our house. Michael's got a question.
Where's your shirt from, Carleen?
Oh my God, I have no idea. It's so old. Don't know where my shirt's from.
Have you studied interior design before?
I've never studied interior design. And I actually have no intentions of studying interior design. I don't really have reason to.
And what would the next suburb that you're looking at on the Gold Coast?
I can't imagine ever leaving Talabudra. People often ask us if we would sell this place, and I just don't know where I would go. I really, really love Talabudra. It's sort of close to everything. It's close to the beach enough, but we feel quite remote, and it's so quiet and lush and green.
Are you guys going back on the block?
We are not going back on the block. Well, we haven't been asked, so not at this point.
And tips for applying for the block?
Tips for applying for the block. They want to see how you react on camera. It doesn't really matter what your experience is. I guess some renovating experience helps, but there's always rookies on there. They want to see that you can be yourself on camera. That's pretty much the nuts and bolts of it. Good.
What's the height and width of that front door? I can answer that one. So the width is 1500, and the height is 2700 high. So,
and that's where it locks. So it's completely lockable, which is really cool.
I might as well walk you through this breezeway as we're going. So this was part of the initial concept that our cousin did for us, which we loved, and it's a breezeway that pretty much opens to the pool area on the left.
Which is the hero. This really is the hero of our house.
And then straight onto that courtyard. So originally I think there was calls to have some sort of roller door on both sides, but we wanted a bit more of a cleaner look. So these doors here are from A&L Windows, and they did an awesome job of sort of meeting our brief because we didn't know exactly what we wanted here. So these are 4 metres wide and 27 high. So we actually got 4 of them.
And I guess if you're wondering whether you do bifolds or stackers, stackers all the way. Bifolds are a little bit clunkier to open and close.
They are, and we find that with our sliding doors, we're more inclined to open them up rather than the bifold doors, which take a lot more time. It's just it's open. So So out onto the deck here. We originally were thinking this was going to be a garden bed, and so come on out.
Coming out.
But halfway through the process, and we were consulting Dave Franklin, who also did the garden out here, and he was like, "This has to be a deck," and he's 100% right. You know, it's a.
That's our okay. Poor connection. Okay, we're back.
We've got the garden beds over here, which are we use the same brick, the PGH Black and Tan. They're all waterproofed, irrigated. We've got lights on them. We've got them over here as well, and the decking is from Wilson's Timber, which is a spotted gum, and it's a new system called Deckmate, which, if you can have a look, you can't see any fixing. So they're all just clips that you screw onto the joists, and that eliminates things like your end splits and everything that you would get with a normal deck. So we chose to not oil it after 12 months, and you can see it's starting to grey.
Lazy.
We're lazy, and two, we love that grey timber look.
It doesn't get slippery, no.
No, definitely.
Did you consider electronic louvers? No, I didn't know that was a thing. These guys are designing, this is from CAF, designing Wi-Fi louver systems to open and close. Oh,
sounds interesting.
Very cool.
The other thing is, my pride and joy out here would be that pool coping, because the pool was actually in pretty good condition. As you can see, it's fully tiled, and it's the biggest pool in history, we think.
And we did not put that in. That was there.
That was existing, and that was one of the biggest reasons why we originally purchased the place. We're like, this pool is amazing. So we then, I then spent 2 weeks boxing up that coping. As well as the big concrete steppers that you can see. And then we poured it in a wholesome Tilga mix. And then we got Osgrind to grind them for us. So they were awesome. They spent 4 days. 3 of those days was on the hand grinder doing the coping, which I originally thought I'd do myself. And I did it for about 20 minutes and said, I'm not doing this. So they were awesome.
Time was of the essence too. We had a deadline.
And we've also got those, the Desert Gardens, which I love. And where are all those plants from there?
They're from Lake Devon Nursery.
Lake Devon Nursery. So they turned up, and if you watch the show, they were awesome as well.
Did you speak about the AstroTurf?
They supplied everything. The AstroTurf, we actually tossed up what to put in between those concrete steppers. At one point I was thinking it might be nice to do a real grass, which would have been a nightmare.
A nightmare around a pool, because chlorine just kills it, and hence why we have a desert garden. We don't need to water it.
And it's thriving there, that garden.
And it is thriving, and anything that close to the pool would have been killed also by the chlorine.
And so, we ended up deciding to go with the artificial turf from Turf Green, and I tell you what, it is awesome. We love it. It does get a little bit warm in the middle of the day, in the middle of summer. But, you're in and out of the pool, so we found it wasn't that big a deal.
Yeah, it's not for us, definitely. And you compare it with we've done the real grass at the front, hasn't been an issue. Our deck chairs are covered in outdoor fabric from 3 Beaches, and that stuff just does not tarnish. It has not faded, and it's in that full sun all the time, and rain. Amazing.
And so we also wanted to connect the hallway, which you'll see, where the bedrooms come off, with out here, and we thought the best way to do that was with those louvers. So that's 2 banks of awesome louvers, also from A&L. So let's continue the tour.
Look how it has. Our floors are Black Mountain Oak from Deco Rugs at Woodline Antique Range. You got to come in, I think it's the connection. I wanted as dark a timber floor as I could get without going black, so I wanted just a really nice, warm, dark timber. And I love that sort of, you can see that there's heaps of grain in it, so it doesn't show up all the dust, because we do have our doors open a lot here, so you do get a fair bit of dust.
We've also got a question here quickly. What sort of cladding is that? So that is a rough sawn shadow clad from Carter Holt Harvey. And we've just used a treated rough sawn timber batten to go over the joins and every 300. And we've also obviously got the horizontal batten because the sheets come in.
Yeah.
Which we always love the black cladding and the white window.
For our exterior from the Rod and Gun store on Hastings Street in Noosa. As soon as I saw it, I said that's what we're having. It's sort of barn-like, but a little bit coastal. Again, I just draw from what I love. So the rugs are also from Deco Rug, and they're a Persian carpet.
Oh, that's not a rug. That's our dog.
Yeah, that's not. These are indestructible, so I think it's really important in a thoroughfare to really consider what you're going to put down. It's got to be a pattern, so it doesn't show up dirt and dust, and it's got to be sort of hard wearing. And in this case, I'm okay with these rugs fading a little bit because, it's just another look. So you've got to, it's got to be an indestructible rug in a thoroughfare. Cowhides are really good for that.
They are so indestructible that within a week of us being here, Stella ran a bath and flooded the entire house, pretty much.
Nearly.
All our new floors, all our rugs, everything, and we haven't had a problem at all. Literally, there was an inch of water in here, and as you can see, all the flooring and all the rugs are still in good condition.
Stayed intact, and a miracle. Curtains are an addition. Speaking of rugs, Michael's tripping over them. We're DIYing the curtains. I really wanted curtains in here because I wanted this thoroughfare to feel like another room, hence the rugs and the furniture and the art. The curtains make it, and they also help diffuse. We get quite strong light in here, especially in the morning and in the afternoon on the other side. So it was really important that we sort of diffuse that light. So I've just done a sheer, the DIY. We're not quite done yet. We haven't powder coated the rods. But I just used a local seller. So I sourced the fabric myself from a wholesaler. It's a linen look, polyester, in a colour called linen, which is just what you see here. And I open and close my curtains a lot in this house because I don't like that really harsh light. So it's just another option if you want to save money in your curtains. Use a local seller. Know what you want. Have really clear instructions. But you can do it yourself, which is really cool. My walls are sort of filled with art that some of which I've had for years. I sourced these I bought these from a stall on our honeymoon, and they've sort of, come from house to our house, and I will always just manage to find a spot for things I love. This is from the Gold Coast Antique Centre. You probably wouldn't sit in it, but again, when I bought it, I didn't know where I was putting it. I just loved it. So this is a really good lesson in just purchasing what you love rather than having to specifically look for items for a space. Michael's giving me the binder. Stop winding me
Keep going.
This is really cool. We love that you can walk in our house, look left and look straight out into this really lush garden, most of which Michael's parents planted out because they're massive green thumbs. It feels like he's on safari or something. So this is our unfinished rumpus, what will be offered. But basically this area here will have a white metal spiral stair, really fine white metal balustrade up there for our office, we think. I'm really excited for this staircase, and it's with the fabricator. We're not there yet. So rumpus room, I designed a really cool cabinetry and bench seat for this space just by art, because we sort of need to get a space, it'll really lift it and make it pop. You right there, Harry?
Just wanted to show you this door too, which is a pretty cool feature. This is one from A&L, and it's a cavity sliding door. So Carleen actually only just worked out that it slid into the wall, and we've lived in our renovation for nearly 12 months. So
I do, but we don't use this one. So I know, because it goes all the way back. It's amazing. I should have been on Price is Right. But yeah, I love that, but it's cavity all the way back. It's really cool. Mark's hurrying me along. This is our hallway, which is one of my favourite spaces. Tan out the front, the brick in here. Have you lost connection? So Hawkesbury Rods from PGH looks the same as the one at the front, but it's an interior.
Well, the reason we had to use this particular brick inside is because it's double faced. So as we go along, you'll see in this bathroom, we've also got the same sink. This wall here is a single skin, but it's faced on both sides of the brick.
We can come in now and have a look, and we'll get back out to the hallway. We really loved the idea of having this brick hallway and then just run it all the way through. So in every room on this side of the house, you see this, every Patty, Stella and us, we get to enjoy this in our bedrooms. This is the main bathroom, so this is what the bathroom the kids use. We've carried our VJ into our bathroom. That was important to me. Again, I wanted the bathroom to feel like another room, not feel like a really hard, cold surface space. Hence our use of rugs in here as well. We've got the space for it, and I just hate that feeling of dead space. This is Easy Craft Easy Clad, which is for semi-external use, so appropriate for wet areas as opposed to the Easy Craft VJ, which we haven't. Sorry, we're back. Are we back?
Hang on, I don't know. It keeps freezing.
Are we back? I'm going to keep talking.
Connections. Well, we've just disconnected from our Wi-Fi, so let us know if this is any better.
This is painted in resin quarter.
It's frozen.
It's not good.
Can we just go back in on it? The people have to join again.
I don't know. It's still going.